something completely different.
So you know how the Dallas Mavericks had that fan ejected for saying fire Nico? Well, now he is potentially suing them. I get it, but this is a freaking headache. It's just sports. Move on. Go be a Lakers fan then. The Mavericks don't care about you.
Where you can kind of piece it together where I'm doing this to the fans behind me, like, come on, fire Nico.
Right.
Right. And probably about 40 people chanting with us, you know, kind of spread out. And it's loud enough that once the free throw gets finished, then that's where the Cuban video picks up that's been widely circulated since yesterday, where he gets up out of his seat, turns around, and I'm 19 rows behind Cuban. So close enough, but still kind of far enough where we're not having like a face-to-face conversation.
Right.
But when I see him stand up and he's looking right at me, and I see he's looking at me, and I kind of look back at him, and that's when he starts mouthing. It felt like at the moment he was yelling it at us, but now watching the video, it looks like he was just mouthing the words, "Sit the F down." Or I don't know if y'all could, edit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why Mark Cuban's such a douchebag. Like, people are literally paying to see your team play, and then you're trying to get people kicked out. You guys don't care about the fans. It's pathetic.
But sit the down. Mm-hmm. And then I pointed back at him at that point, and I said, "No, you sit down." And you can see in the video, because he's trying to say he didn't hear what I was saying. But he clearly, the second time, says, "No, you sit down."
Can you imagine having Mark Cuban, a stupid, out-of-touch billionaire, telling you what to do? I know good.
And we're basically having a back and forth about who should sit down.
Bunch of babies.
I'm not using any foul language. He's clearly using foul language.
That's a good point.
Telling me to sit down. And that's when the security erupted. Once Mark Cuban started yelling or mouthing words to us, and you could see there was an exchange happening between the two of us, that's when security came and wanted to have...
Yeah, the poor security probably has such a bad job because they're having to deal with a lot of angry Mavs fans.
...a conversation with us. But it was like 7 security in Dallas PD. And the first security guard that walked up, and you can see it in the video that I posted, because I have a 4.5-minute video.
Yeah, you do. You got nothing else to do.
That picks up right after the exchange with Cuban. Once I saw security coming deep like that, I made sure to get my phone out to protect myself. I felt very uncomfortable. I felt threatened. I felt targeted.
That is a good point. I just love how it wasn't like F Nico, that's the GM of the Mavericks that traded Luka. It was fire Nico. That's how much of babies they are. They made a business decision that pissed off the whole city and changed the NBA, and then they traded for someone that got hurt in the third quarter, being Anthony Davis. And you think fans aren't mad? You should be grateful that people are still going to your game. And to all these Maverick fans that are going to the game but saying fire Nico, if you really want Nico fired, you wouldn't go to the game. All you morons paying $100 a ticket and buying the nachos and that, you're making them money. They don't care. They prove that they don't care by trading Nico. It's all about money. So if you keep showing up, they're winning.
I felt bullied. And the first thing the security guard said was, "Do you want to walk out or get dragged out?"
Oh, yeah. Just like they dragged out Luka.
I felt extremely uncomfortable. I mean, yes, in my video, am I being a little dramatic? And
you're a little turned up.
At one point, having a little fun with it.
Right.
Yeah. But at the same time, I did feel uncomfortable. I do to this day, and probably forever will feel like my rights were violated.
Of course they were. You did nothing wrong. So stupid. Mark Cuban, if you're listening to this, you're an asswipe. If any of the Mavericks are listening to this, just sell the team and get out of Dallas. You prove that you don't care. You keep saying, "Oh, well, the conditioning was bad for Luka," as if he didn't carry his fat ass to the NBA finals. You know what I mean? And then this whole thing of the thing, it's like, "Oh, well, Anthony Davis is great." Anthony Davis got hurt in the first game. Yeah, Luka has moments where he's hurt, but he's never hurt like Anthony Davis. You literally traded for a piece of glass because you're morons.
And when I say bully, threatened, that's not hyperbole. I'm not putting too much on it. That's really what happened, and you can see it in the video.
Got it.
Are you planning to take any legal action?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I've been rambling for 2 days straight.
No, you're fine.
I'm not sure.
It might not be worth the money. They do have the NBA behind them, because they could say, "Oh, it was threatening."
I'm not sure. It's just been such a whirlwind since it happened. that I haven't really sat down and thought about. Is this something that I want to pursue on a legal
I think it would be good, but you got to make sure you have like money. Like you don't want to go through your bank account over sports
basis? I don't know. I don't know. I think in the video, I think there's compelling evidence.
Yeah, there is. Again, it's just you're going up against the National Basketball Association. I feel like they would have top-notch lawyers.
That we were mistreated, that we were bullied, that we were threatened.
Got it.
I think anybody could watch the video and agree that we could be uncomfortable in that moment, and that other people watching it, if they put ourselves in our shoes, would be very intimidated.
Yeah, this guy's putting up a good case.
And very uncomfortable, and I don't think that's right.
I don't either.
And so I'm gonna think about it some more, but that's not off the table.
Here's what should be off the table if you really want to protest the Mavericks. Stop going to the games.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.